the average height of a Mexican is lower, so well, I would like to start by expressing my gratitude to all of you because in one way or another, you are all responsible for me being here sharing my story. I really feel honored to be surrounded by such generous people, and especially I'm happy to put a face in the people that is being so generous to us students, so nice people that I'm seeing for the second or third time, like Irene, she's lovely. And well, I would like to talk to you about the reason I'm here. Right now, sadly, my beautiful country of Mexico is experiencing very hard times. In just 3 years, my family and I suffered many terrible crimes, robbery, fraud, extortion, corruption, assault, and even kidnapping. One of the biggest challenges in my life has been rescuing my father from criminals and fortunately bringing him back home safe. That changed my life forever. And after experiencing these unfortunate incidents, we realized that our comfort zone can be sometimes the most uncomfortable place to be. I always wanted to study abroad and never had the opportunity to do it. My comfort zone kept me there. Then all these incidents started to happen, but still my comfort zone kept me there. I had a business running, I had a comfortable life, but anyway, I stayed there, and I would like to tell you a small story. There was a man sitting in a bench in a park next to a dog, and there was another man that was jogging in the park, and he realized that the dog that was sitting next to the man was howling and crying. He was running and he was curious, so he approached and asked the guy in the bench, "Excuse me, why is your dog crying? Is he sick or what's going on?" And the man just replied, "Oh no, he's just sitting on a nail." He was like, "What? Why don't he move?" And the man replied, "Well, it hurts enough to complain, but not enough to move." So probably I was that dog. But well, then my son was born, and that changed everything completely. For my wife and me, we decided to make a leap of faith and start a new life in Canada. And it was the right moment to look for an international experience that I was procrastinating for so long. And well, it was time to take out an old dream from a forgotten, dusty box. And I decided to apply to attend SAIT, but that nearly didn't happen. One of the requirements to apply for my program was to send a portfolio in a DVD by mail. It took me more than 1 month to gather everything and design it. And just 1 week before the deadline, 2 criminals with guns broke into my office, took everything I had, including all the devices where I had the backups of important things from work. The video of my son's birth, I was editing it, and of course my portfolio. So I had to do everything again in just 3 days, and unfortunately the package arrived 1 day after the deadline, and I received a letter declining my application. I was at the beginning devastated, angry, but decided not to give up and sent an email explaining the situation of what happened and providing the documents that could prove that I actually had that incident. And after a few days of silence, I received an email asking me to write an essay explaining my reasons to study at SAIT. And of course, I wrote it right away. And after a week that felt like a month, I got a new letter. I got accepted. The only constant in life is change. My wife and I learned that as long as we are together, our home could be moved anywhere in the world, and all what we need actually can fit in a suitcase. And not even in a suitcase, because the airline lost my luggage when I came here. And well, when I was invited to share my story with you, the name of this group kept spinning in my head, especially the word circle. And actually, everything around us is based on circles. Our planet goes in circles around the sun every year, and it also rotates along its own axis every day. But no matter how repetitive this is, with every turn, our planet is different. It evolves, it changes constantly. This happens also with us as human beings. Our lives go in circles or cycles. My family and I close a circle of love in Mexico. Inside, we left our parents, brothers and sisters, amazing friendships, a beautiful country, success, wisdom, the happiest and the saddest moments. A new circle was opened with this exciting journey. I'm lucky because I have the best team, the technical director, the boss, my wife, Dinora, a wonderful, wise and beautiful woman that is my strength. And if you don't mind, I would like to ask you to give her an applause. Of course, the cheerleader, our cute, smiling, playful toddler, Dante. The mascot, our fluffy dog, Goomba. We even broke him. I'm glad they didn't lose him. And of course, the quarterback, me. That's a terrible metaphor because I suck at sports. Behind us, the best coaches ever, our parents. And well, starting a new cycle also means starting over. This experience has been the biggest lesson of humbleness and gratitude in my whole life. I have learned how to see what is really important in life. This hasn't been an easy journey for sure. We had to let go a comfortable lifestyle, to have 3 jobs, to work 12 to 16 hours daily, attend to school, do homework, give as much attention and love as we can to our son Dante, and of course have quality time as a couple. And well, my wife has the same thing, and she has 2 jobs as well. So I would like to tell you that the impact of a generous person echoes farther than you may think. An act of generosity always starts a circle of abundance that grows and multiplies. I'm grateful because my family and I have received blessings from people around us who have supported us in this journey. Of course, our family and friends have encouraged us, but we never thought that we would arrive and receive so much kindness from strangers. From the very moment we arrived in this beautiful country, we have received selfless generosity and solidarity. I want to thank you and thank SAFE for the great impact you had in this circle I started with my family. And a couple of weeks after I arrived to Calgary, I got my first job at the student calling program at SAFE. I joined a stellar team of students, and our job is to call alumni, to keep in touch, and we raise money to support students and important SAFE projects. I'm grateful to Jorge, that should be over there, to believe in me and still keep believing in me. This is a very challenging but also rewarding job. And currently I also have the privilege to collaborate with the Alumni and Development Department that gave me a great opportunity to grow professionally, but that also received me like a member of the family. I started a new circle there, and I can say that that circle for me now is a family. So thank you very much to all of you for what you have done. And I also received the International Student Award from CEITSA last year. One of the biggest concerns for me and my wife is to cover daily expenses plus tuition. which is higher for international students than for Canadians, and it's raising. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. We have to work really hard to pay the bills and save enough money to pay for the next semester tuition. And the scholarship I received was not only very helpful for our financial life, it also looks very good in my resume, and also motivates me to keep going. And thanks to people like you, the dreams of people like me can be true. From the bottom of my heart, I would like to acknowledge your generosity on behalf of my fellow students. Although I have faced difficult challenge, and I would like to make a parenthesis and tell you, don't be afraid, go to Mexico on vacation, it's safe. It's just not that safe to be a Mexican in Mexico, especially when you own a company. But although those difficulties, I can say that I have been a very lucky person, and I'm still. Sadly, there are lots of students and newcomers that aren't as fortunate as I am, and you are making a big difference to build circles of wealth that will rescue those struggling students from despair. I would like also to share with you my commitment to work hard, not only to accomplish my own goals and to give my family a better life, but also to become just like you. I would like to join, and I'm establishing that, the President's Giving Circle. After all these experiences, I feel optimistic, I feel motivated and fearless. I'm ready for everything. Very soon I'll follow your example and start a new circle of abundance, helping other state students reach their goals. Thank you very much.